There is a sound that has echoed across the plains of Africa for millennia. It is a sound of power, of dominance, of wild, untamed nature. It is the roar of the king. A sound so profound, it doesn't just travel through the air, it vibrates through the very ground beneath your feet. A visceral declaration of presence that has defined this landscape for ages. The lion. No other animal on Earth commands such a mixture of fear, respect, and admiration. For thousands of years, it has been a symbol of strength, courage, and royalty, woven into the fabric of human history, art, and mythology. We see it carved into the walls of ancient caves, standing guard in front of stone palaces, and emblazoned on the flags and crests of nations. But beyond the legend, beyond the symbol, is a creature of incredible complexity and fascinating social dynamics, fighting for survival in a world that is rapidly changing. The lion of our imagination is invincible, a creature of mythic proportions. The story of a lion is, first and foremost, a story of family. Unlike most other big cats, who lead solitary, ghost-like lives, lions are profoundly social, living in complex groups called prides. And at the heart of this family, the true, unshakable core of the pride, are the females. A pride is a sisterhood, a dynasty of females. The lionesses are almost always related, mothers, daughters, aunts, and cousins, and they will typically live their entire lives within the same pride they were born into. This creates an unbreakable bond, a foundation of cooperation that is essential for their survival. Within this sisterhood, generations of knowledge are passed down. The best places to find water in a drought, the safest dens to raise cubs, and the most effective strategies for hunting the specific prey in their territory. Social grooming and nuzzling constantly reinforce these bonds, creating a cohesive unit that is far more formidable than any single lioness could ever be. They raise their cubs together, creating a communal nursery or creche. Here, cubs from multiple litters are raised as one. They can drink milk from any lactating female, a life-saving insurance policy if their own mother is injured or killed on a hunt. This communal approach not only shares the burden of motherhood, but also allows for synchronized birthing, ensuring a whole generation of cubs grows up together, forming bonds that will last a lifetime. They are the providers, the caretakers, and the strategic backbone of the pride. And what about the males, the magnificent mane-crowned kings? Their role is entirely different. A pride will typically have 1 to 3 adult males, often brothers or cousins who formed a coalition to win their territory. They are not permanent members in the way the lionesses are. They are resident kings, and their reign is often temporary and brutal, lasting on average just 2 to 3 years. Their primary duty is protection. A male lion's life is a constant, violent battle to defend his territory, which can span up to 100 square miles, and his pride from rival males. He is a walking fortress. Weighing up to 500 pounds, his body is pure muscle, built for explosive, violent confrontations. His impressive mane isn't just for show. It's a billboard of his fitness. A darker, fuller mane indicates high testosterone and good health, signaling his quality to females and his intimidating prowess to rivals. He uses his incredible size and strength to patrol the pride's territory, marking it with scent and sending a clear message with his powerful roar. That roar is an incredible feat of biological engineering. A specialized larynx and vocal folds allow him to produce a sound that can reach 114 decibels, louder than a chainsaw, and can be heard up to 5 miles away. It serves as both a long-distance call to reconnect with pride members and a thunderous warning to any intruders. This land is mine. Do not test me. But this reign is never secure. When young males come of age, they are forced out of their birth pride to lead a nomadic life. This is the most dangerous time in a male lion's life. They are wanderers without a territory, honing their skills, growing stronger, their survival dependent on their bond with their coalition partners. They shadow established prides for weeks, sometimes months, assessing the strength of the resident males, engaging in roaring contests across the savannah, a battle of sound and will, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. A pride takeover is a violent, dramatic event that can change the pride's future in an instant. If the challengers are successful, they will drive out the old males, who are often left injured and unable to hunt for themselves. Tragically, in the chaos that follows, they will also often kill any young cubs sired by their predecessors. It sounds cruel, but it serves a brutal biological purpose. It brings the lionesses back into estrus more quickly, allowing the new males to father their own offspring and secure their genetic legacy. It is a brutal yet essential part of the cycle of life on the savannah. As night blankets the savannah, the pride transforms. The lazy, sleeping cats of the day become focused, formidable predators. Their incredible night vision, 6 times more sensitive to light than a human's, gives them a critical advantage in the gathering darkness. And the hunt begins. While the males are built for fighting, the lionesses are built for the chase. They are lighter, more agile, and masters of cooperative hunting. Hunting alone, a lion's success rate can be as low as 15%, but together, their success rate can more than double. They are one of the most effective killing forces in the animal kingdom, a coordinated team of athletes whose power lies in their unity and shared intelligence. Their strategy is pure tactical genius, learned and perfected over generations. It's a game of patience and positioning. They use the cover of darkness, the direction of the wind to mask their scent, and the contours of the terrain, like gullies and bushes, to their advantage, stalking their prey with silent, belly-to-the-ground stealth. The team splits up into roles. Some lionesses, the wings, will fan out, often moving in a wide, silent arc to get behind the herd, a maneuver that can take over an hour. Others, the centers, lie in wait, hidden in ambush downwind. The goal is to create panic and confusion, to separate a weaker or less experienced animal from the safety of the herd and drive it towards their hidden sisters. Each lioness seems to know her role instinctively, a testament to their deep social connection and years of practice. The charge is an explosion of power. They can run at speeds of up to 35 miles per hour in short bursts. They aim to get close enough to use their immense strength, latching onto the prey with sharp, non-retractable claws that act like cleats and delivering a suffocating bite to the throat or muzzle. It takes incredible teamwork to bring down an animal like a wildebeest or a powerful zebra, which can weigh several times more than a single lioness. But the hunt is only half the battle. Once the kill is made, the hierarchy of the pride becomes clear. It is the law of the feast. Despite the lionesses doing most of the work, the dominant male has the right to eat first. He uses his size and aggression to claim the lion's share, consuming up to 100 pounds of meat in a single sitting. Only after he has had his fill do the lionesses, and finally the cubs, get their chance to eat. It may seem unfair, but the male's strength is vital for the pride's protection. His presence alone is often enough to deter opportunistic hyenas and other scavengers who would otherwise try to steal the hard-won meal. For all their power and ferocity, a lion's life begins in a state of complete vulnerability. A lioness will leave the pride to give birth in a hidden, secluded den. Her cubs are born blind and helpless, weighing only about 3 pounds, their coats covered in dark spots that serve as camouflage in the dappled light of the den. For the first 6 to 8 weeks, this den is their entire world. Their mother is their sole protector and provider, leaving them only for short periods to hunt, her belly aching with hunger as she puts their needs first. This is a critical moment, their introduction to the family. Once they rejoin the pride, the cubs enter a world of communal living. They are watched over by all the females, a system of babysitting that significantly increases their chances of survival. Play is not just for fun, it is their classroom. Through mock fights, pouncing, and stalking their mother's tail, they are building muscle, honing their coordination, and learning the essential skills that will one day make them formidable hunters. Every playful ambush is a lesson in strategy. Every tumble is a lesson in strength and resilience. But the life of a cub is fraught with peril. It is estimated that up to 80% of lion cubs do not survive to adulthood. They are vulnerable to predators like hyenas and leopards, at risk of being trampled by large herbivores like buffalo, and face the constant threat of starvation if a hunt is unsuccessful. Droughts can be devastating, weakening the entire pride and leaving the youngest members most at risk. But the greatest danger, as we've seen, often comes from their own kind, a pride takeover by new males. For the young males who do survive, another harsh reality awaits. At around 2 or 3 years of age, as their manes begin to grow, they are seen as a threat by the dominant males, including their own fathers. This isn't a single event, but a gradual, brutal exile. The aggression towards them mounts daily, pushing them to the periphery of the pride until they have no choice but to leave. Cast out from the only family they have ever known, they must now fend for themselves, learning to hunt larger prey and avoid the dangers of the savannah alone until they are strong enough to challenge for a kingdom of their own. The circle begins anew. The lion has ruled these plains for eons, but today the king is in trouble. His kingdom is shrinking, and his reign is more uncertain than ever. Just a century ago, over 200,000 lions roamed across Africa. Today, that number has plummeted to an estimated 20,000. They have vanished from over 90% of their historical range. The threats they face are almost entirely human-made. Habitat loss is the most significant. As human populations expand, savannas are converted into farmland and settlements, fragmenting the lion's vast territories into small, isolated pockets. This isolates prides, leading to inbreeding and a loss of genetic diversity, making them more vulnerable to disease outbreaks. The lion is the embodiment of the wild. It is a complex creature of deep social bonds, strategic intelligence, and breathtaking power. It is a symbol of a world that is fierce, beautiful, and fragile. The roar of the lion is a reminder of what we stand to lose, a living connection to a wilder past, and an urgent call to action to protect the king and his shrinking kingdom. For a world without that roar would be a far quieter and poorer place.